Cue fake podcast music. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da.
Hello and welcome to Michigan, the show about Michigan murder, mysteries, histories, and other random mayhem from around the world. Your hosts are Allie
And Jen.
All right, Jen, what you got, girl?
Don't I sound so sweet when I'm like, and Jen?
And Jen. Is that to lure them closer?
Yes. Please sit down and listen to us.
I'm totally innocent.
Yeah.
I'm a little ginger who would never choke anybody.
Taylor, Michigan, back on my radar.
You have a thing for Taylor, Michigan. You're like, something's going down in Taylor, Michigan, and I'm going to find it.
I think the Taylor, Michigan, I mean, if you live in Taylor, I apologize that I'm about to offend you, that I think there should be a wall.
Yeah?
I mean, they should just abandon ship.
Just abandon Taylor? Just move out, everybody?
Yeah, it should be just a ghost town, because the craziest things happen there.
We should leave it to be like one of those abandoned cities that are taken over by like cats or something.
Yeah. Rabbits, nest dogs.
Yeah, so when you told me something about Taylor, Michigan, I was like, I actually think I have an article that I could do that would kind of match yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this story is about a woman that was carjacked in the parking lot of Bed Bath & Beyond.
Taylor?
In Taylor. Then kidnapped and strangled in Taylor.
But not to death, though, right? Strangled to death?
No, she did not die.
Strangled to passing out?
Passing out.
Oh, jeez.
I love when you jump through. Like,
Sorry.
why even listen? Just turn the podcast off now, or fast forward to Allie's, because now you already know. But this happened. How do I know this happened at 8 a.m.? I'm thinking this woman was shopping. I don't shop at Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't like Bed Bath & Beyond. My parents do. They love that place.
Wait, is that the store where you go there and it's like stuff up to the ceiling? Like if it looks like the whole store is full to the ceiling?
Yeah, and it's all like bath junk. You know, like bath house.
I think that's where I got my massage chair thing once.
Really? I don't like it. I just don't like the store. And I think it's way too expensive.
Is that the one that always gives you the coupon, though?
Yes, but
that's how they fucking get me.
But why do they give you the coupon? Because come to find out, my mom tells me that they take expired coupons. Their coupons are always 20%. They send it to me in the mail, I know. Uh-huh. So it's always 20%. Uh-huh. Why do you continue to send a coupon when the person you sent it to can keep that coupon and have it forever because it doesn't matter? You just always get 20%.
Because we're hoping like every time you get a coupon, it'll make you go to the store.
Okay. Well, maybe you should just give everybody 20% off and make it easier. Like, let's be different.
You know what? We need to call their marketing department right now and tell them that.
I know. So I thought, hey, she must have been shopping, but is Bed Bath & Beyond open at 8 a.m.? I mean, when do they open? She was in the parking lot at 8 a.m. Like, what were you doing in the Bed Bath & Beyond parking lot at 8 a.m.?
As someone who wakes up at 4 a.m., shopping?
Yeah. But my question is it freaking open? What stores open at 8 a.m.?
I don't know. I remember I've pulled up places before at 7 a.m. Like, you're not fucking open. I've been awake for hours.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
It's everybody's not Myers.
The other day I saw you post something on Facebook, and I thought it was funny because I woke up 2 hours later. Like, you're like off to bed or whatever. 2 hours later, I'm like, look what she did. We are like the opposite as far as I'm the early riser. You're the late sleeper.
I do get up early for work.
Yeah, you do.
5:30, so.
Yeah.
Sometimes I snooze until like 6:30.
Do you?
But on the weekends I don't. Like, I got up at 7:30. And then I was like, oh my God, I got to get up because you're coming to record.
Right.
And I did tell you that you could come at any time you wanted. And I thought, oh my God, she gets up at 4 a.m. She's going to be here in a half hour.
Oh no, I had Michael and Ariana with me, so there's no moving. I had to wake her up for breakfast. Like, do you want to starve to death or would you like to wake up?
So what are you doing?
I actually don't want to tell you. I wanted you to be surprised by the first one. And I think the second one is the one you like. I think you'll find the first one surprising. The second one I think you'll like.
So you're not even going to tell us what you're doing?
No, I usually give you a theme, but not this time.
Okay, so I should just do mine first.
That's why I was just like, jump in.
Yeah.
Jump in because I'm giving you 0. That's how much I'm giving you before I tell my story.
So on June 6th, 2019, a woman was at Bed Bath & Beyond in the parking lot at around 8 a.m. when she was carjacked. Forced to drive around town and to stop at an ATM to withdraw money for the carjacker. He then, they drove around some more, I guess, and then he forced her out of the car right off Eureka Road.
Okay.
He took her phone charger cord and strangled her unconscious.
Oh, man. Tried to, garrote her or whatever.
Yeah, and then left her there. I'm thinking he thought she was dead.
I agree with you.
I think he did.
Yeah, I think that when she passed out or whenever, maybe she even stopped breathing for a second, he thought, oh, she's dead, I'll just leave her here. But then she popped back up.
Yeah. So later on, she regained consciousness and was able to get to a local business called police. And then later...
I just always imagine that moment where you walk up into the business. You're probably fucked up looking, possibly crying.
She did. She had, lacerations on her neck and stuff like that.
And you're
clearly, she was strangled.
Yes, and you're saying, please help me. Somebody just tried to kill me. They kidnapped me. They've got my car. And that other person is like, holy shit, it's Tuesday. My Tuesday just went into the shitter. What's happening? I'm telling you, everything immediately goes into chaos.
Probably the first thought in my mind was, I thought I was having a bad day.
Right? Yeah, you thought you were having a bad day. Look at this poor woman tries to get some towels.
Yeah.
To properly wipe her ass dry, and this was what happens.
Yep.
She's almost murdered.
So later on in the week, the carjacker was actually arrested driving her vehicle in Detroit.
So he was still driving it? Mm-hmm. He probably thought, oh, she's dead, it's not going to get...
That's why I thought he believed her to be dead, because why would he keep the car? Or he's just stupid.
Yeah, well, it could be he's stupid. He could be addicted to something, so maybe his thought process is not that hot. Or it could just be he thought, oh, it's going to be days before people find her. I have some time with this car.
Yeah. So you always have to be, lesson is you always have to be aware of your surroundings.
True.
At any point, some guy's going to...
Well, but you and I have been mugged sometimes. They sneak up on you.
Yeah, they sneak up.
It happens. Sneaky little bastards.
Yeah. I didn't get the guy's name. It's not in any of the articles.
Not
but
yet.
Maybe later on there it will be, because I need to see this dude.
Are they still looking for him, or do they know who he is?
No, he got arrested in Detroit.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm pumped full of coffee.
Not enough, obviously.
You're right. Okay, but like I said, this week, I never drink coffee while we're at work. All week, last week, I drank coffee at work, and then even the day you weren't there, took it one step further and drank coffee in the middle of the day.
Whoa.
Yeah, I thought either
You're living on the edge.
Yeah, I thought either I'm drinking coffee now, or I just go lay down somewhere and get fired.
And I drink coffee from the moment I get up to the moment I go to bed.
I'm drinking coffee out of your coffee makes me poop mug right now. That tells you what level I'm at.
Yeah, right?
Okay,
hit me with what you got.
Okay, so this first one I think is going to be surprising to you. The other one you're going to be like, I know that theme. Okay. So in Omaha, Nebraska, a man named David, and you're going to put this on your list, okay? This is going to go in your book of why not to be in a relationship. Are you ready? In Omaha, Nebraska, a man named David Krupa was casually dating a couple of women. One was named Carrie Farver. She was a 37-year-old woman that he had last dated in 2012. David was also dating Shauna Golyar, and not long after, Carrie disappeared, and that's when the harassment starts. Carrie Farver was sending tens of thousands of emails. Tens of thousands of emails. You know that's a big fucking number. Texts and phone calls. They were threatening in nature, and they were being sent to David.
Oh, I heard about this!
All right. The women he was dating, especially Shauna and his friends. And the communications went on for 4 years as David was seemingly stalked by Carrie. Shauna's property was vandalized. Her residence suffered a fire. And she was shot in the leg. So through the whole process, Shauna Golyar stuck with David. All right.
I'm going to give her some credit.
Right?
I'm going to give her some real credit.
Yeah.
It must have been real good and bad.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see. So in 2012, Carrie had spent an evening with David and then disappears physically. Carrie would only contact people through social media, and then the thousands of messages that she sent to David and his circle of friends. Her 4-year-old son was abandoned, with Carrie posting a Facebook message saying that she would be gone for an indeterminate amount of time so that she could, quote, sort things out, end quote. She even posted that her son wanted to go with her, but she refused to take him. So just to give you an idea, one email sent from Carrie's account in January of 2013 shows a woman bound and gagged in the trunk of the car. The email said that the person in the trunk was Shauna, and if David didn't agree to date her, Carrie, then he would never see Shauna again. There were photos sent of David's home, his car, his children with the subject lines watching and subject lines of "See, I am really here." And thousands of texts in this manner were sent to David from 25 different phone numbers.
Wow.
Yes.
She really worked it.
Yeah. So in 2015, this is going on. In the end, it goes on for 4 years. David Krupa broke up with Shauna, and the harassment began to slow down, and then it stops altogether. The police were working on tracing the emails, and they all led back to Shauna and not Carrie. So, Shauna, whatever this bitch's name is. Anyway, evidence led the police to believe that Shanna ambushed Carrie shortly after she had a night out with David. So, Shauna jumps Carrie and kills her in 2012. Shauna then begins to impersonate Carrie on social media and starts the harassing communications.
What the fuck?
Yes, it's fucking her the whole time. When detectives searched a storage unit that belongs to Shauna's ex-boyfriend, they find a tablet with pictures on the memory card. One of the pictures was of Carrie Farber's left foot, which had a tattoo with the word mother in Chinese. So a forensic pathologist testified that there was evidence of decomposition in the picture of the foot, so they know she's dead. And she also noticed that there was a small white mark on her skin, which is called a scuff mark, which appears when a dead person's skin is touched. And another picture showed a woman's thigh, and again, it was one of Carrie's tattoos was visible. So they're like, she has pictures of dead Carrie on this card.
Hold on. Let's back this story up.
Yeah. Fucked me up, too. This is why I thought I'd surprise you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it was Carrie in the beginning. Or
it was never. Carrie goes on a date, leaves David's house, Shanna, whatever her name is, jumps Carrie.
Immediately kills her,
and begins right away to impersonate her on social media. Even says that I'm leaving to sort things out, and my son tried to come with me, and I basically abandoned him. So she's not just pretending to be Carrie; she's even being a dick as she's being Carrie.
Wow.
And the house. Remember, Shauna's house caught on fire. She caught her own damn house on fire. Shot her own damn self in the leg.
Wow,
dedication. Yeah. Put that in your book.
That is serious dedication.
That's for real. So
I mean, I'm shocked. One.
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked. I would change my phone number. So I have been stalked before.
Yeah.
And I just changed my phone number. Pretended I moved.
But if David did, Shauna would still find it because she's still dating him.
Yeah, that is true. Because it wasn't her.
It wasn't her. It was never Carrie.
Yeah. So why did they break up?
Oh, check this out. Well, they just, finally after a while, it was a lot of drama and they just kind of broke up. I mean, he was still dating other women. He did it? I think so.
Why? She put all the effort into it?
Yeah, well, they were on and off.
Did she try to kill him? Because I would think she would try to kill him.
Well, how dare you break up with me? Creating that drama to make him want to be with her. Look, all this shit's happening and I'm sticking with you.
Oh, that fucking shit doesn't work.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
So check this out.
What a waste.
I know. Oh, it didn't work in the end, right? You put in all that effort, he still broke up with you.
Yeah.
So detectives were able to coordinate data from the cell phones and IP addresses that were tied to emails that were supposed to have come from Carrie, but were leaked to Shanna, whatever that girl's name is. So there were also voice recordings of Shauna pretending to be a third person that she was trying to frame for a crime of killing Carrie. So she calls up and pretends to be a third person that she's framing that third person for killing Carrie. Yeah, but it's always her.
Okay.
Emails that described Carrie's murder as a stabbing that took place in Shauna's vehicle was found. So there's emails in which Shauna describes stabbing Carrie inside her vehicle. And the emails were described how Carrie was then wrapped up in a tarp, set on fire, and then thrown away. The most damning evidence was when forensics also found blood soaked into the passenger seat of Shauna's car, and it matched Carrie's DNA.
Whoa.
So Shauna Gollier was given a life sentence in jail and another 18 to 20 years on top of that for when she committed arson, setting her house on fire. Now you know that's when cops piss you off. They're like, yeah, get her for the arson too. And if we could get you for shooting yourself in the leg, we would. So there's that one.
So,
yes.
Do we know what this woman did for a living? I mean, how do you go to work every day and manage to... I'm going to give her credit. If she, had a job and she went to work 8 hours a day and still managed to accomplish all this
within 4 years, send thousands of emails, text from 25 different numbers. I'm talking, that's some serious dedication. You know how we talked about pen pals in jail? Mm-hmm. Some crazy-ass dude needs to become her pen pal because she will 100% devote herself to you. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that devotion.
Yeah.
I mean, she'll kill you when she gets out. But while she's in there, there's a woman totally devoted to you.
Yeah. Holy moly.
Right?
That is so crazy.
I know. So here's the one I think you're like, oh, yeah. This is why I was like, I've got one to go with yours. So Anna Lee Cole had criminal charges for writing bad checks, and she was probably going to go to jail. To avoid jail time, she came up with a plan. And I wrote, Jen's going to like this plan because it involves one of her favorite topics, coworker violence.
Oh, there you go. I like it.
So Annie worked with Stella Spruill at Transpac. It's an auto supply company in Sterling Heights, Michigan. So not Taylor, but coworker violence.
There you go.
They arranged to meet up with each other at Stella's lunch period. Stella was going to give Annie an application to a department store. So instead of Annie showing up, 2 teenage males arrived. Their names were Leander Foster and Stuart McCoy. They told Stella that they were sent by Annie, and then they pulled a gun out. The 2 then had Stella drive to a vacant building in Detroit, where they then shot her in the head 3 times. They then took Stella's car and the $8 that were in her purse.
Okay.
Sad as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So police then received a phone call from a woman named Betty Cole. And I'm air quoting. Nobody can see that. Betty Cole. Betty told police that her sister Annie Cole was missing. So this is Annie Cole pretending to be Betty. Mm-hmm. Betty then explained that she had received a strange phone call about where her sister might be. And police were then directed to the abandoned building in Detroit where Stella's body was found. Annie then shows up to the building, told police she was Betty Cole, and identified Stella's body as her own.
Wow.
She then requested for the body to be cremated that day. And Annie's plan to kill her old criminal identity and assume Stella Spruill's was almost complete. So she's like, I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill myself because I have bad credit. I'm going to get in trouble for bad checks. And I'm going to pretend to be Stella Spruill because she's got her shit together.
Jesus.
Yes. So according to police chief deputy George Clarkston, the funeral home was about to burn the body, but the police didn't feel like they had the complete story. Like, this is kind of a rushed, weird job, you know? So during the follow-up, the police were able to find Annie's brother, who let the police know that she was still alive. And he's like, there's no Betty, and Annie's fine. So the biggest break came when Annie used Stella's...
Oh, damn brother.
Yes.
That would be my brother.
Right?
My brother would do that shit.
Yeah, he would totally darken you. Yeah. The biggest break came when Annie used Stella's credit card on the night that Stella was murdered at a department store. It was caught on video. Annie's children, twin 10-year-old girls, testified against her. They told the courts how their mother was lying to the department store personnel about how she got the credit card because they were questioning it, right? Because she's not Stella. And they told the courts about their mom driving them to the scene of the crime and the funeral home.
Oh, Jesus.
And at the funeral home, Annie told her girls not to refer to her as their mom, but to call her Aunt Betty instead. Stella had been selected as a victim because she had a, quote, good name, end quote.
Oh, okay.
So Annie was charged.
I mean, that's how I would pick one.
Yeah.
You gotta have a good name.
Right? You don't want to pick somebody else who also has criminal charges.
I don't want, like, somebody with the last name Dick or something.
Oh, I would hate to be Miss Dick.
So.
So Annie was charged and convicted of first-degree premeditated felony murder. She was charged and convicted of first-degree premeditated murder, felony murder, and armed robbery. I read an appeal by Annie Lee Cole in which all her attempts were denied. So she tried a couple things. So one example is she tried to say her mom didn't have authorization to allow the police to search the room that she was using as a bedroom, but the courts disagreed. Mm-hmm. So one thing that did catch my interest was at the bottom of the appeal, it mentioned that she had not pointed out that she was convicted of both first-degree premeditated murder and felony murder, and that was against the constitutional guarantee against double jeopardy. So the appeal noted that the felony murder charge had to be dropped, but the other court convictions were affirmed. So they said, we have to drop the felony murder. You can't get her on 2 counts of the same thing. But everything else is fine. That's it. So according to the Otis, because I always like to look them up on Otis, the offender tracking information system, Leander Foster, the person who did shoot Stella, was given life in prison for armed robbery. He also received 33 to 60 years for first-degree premeditated murder and 2 years for a felony weapons charge. I couldn't find Stewart, McCoy, and Otis. So I don't know. It could be he's been released by now. And they don't keep the information once the prisoner's released. And he, so far, I think only did the kidnapping as far as he didn't actually have the gun. He didn't shoot her.
God, you spend all that time in jail for $8.
Yes, and I didn't want to tell you what.
Now, how were they?
Yeah.
Well, how were they connected? How were these guys connected?
Because she said that the two guys, they were just, Annie just knew them. Just knew them. They were friends.
So, like, this guy's not, like, dating her.
Not that I'm aware of.
They just you're my friend and you want me to murder this person? Oh, sure.
Oh, no. She said in one article, I do remember Andy saying in one article about Leander, she said, I know he's the type of guy that could get a job done. So he must have somehow, they knew each other in a way. When she's like, yeah, he could murder someone. And he did. So she picked right. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to tell you what the theme of my paper was because it's a killer assumes the victim's identity. Because I thought I would give everything away. Yeah. So I didn't want to tell you.
I love the first one. That's freaking great.
Isn't it?
It's always.
And you can tell the dude
and you
David.
Never know. See, this is how you never know a person.
I tell you.
You really just need to be single and never go out of your home.
100% disagree. But remember how I said that? Remember I told you this is actually fitting. But the thing is, the one part I was like, David, pull your head out of your ass. Because David Krupa, the guy that kept saying, well, this whole time I thought it was Carrie. I thought it was Carrie. Motherfucker, Carrie's been dead since 2012. Wake up. It is that Shauna girl who killed.
So
he
still believes.
Well, he kept saying, I have a hard time believing it. This whole time I thought it was Carrie. Well, fucking believe it. She's dead.
Well,
been dead.
Proof.
There's emails in which she discussed how she killed her, and there's evidence that she killed her in said manner. So just like what?
Holy moly!
I know. I think.
I'm just saying.
That's why I'm not
never
arguing.
leaving my house.
I'm not arguing with that one because I can't.
That is crazy.
Yes, you've been listening to Michigan Another Mayhem with Allie
and Jen.
Connect with us at MichiganAnotherMayhem.com to join the conversation, listen to the podcast, access show notes, find site links, or correct us when necessary. Rate and subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Anchor, and YouTube. Bye-bye now.